Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. Gbogbo wa ló kàn. Honestly, ikú Muhbad gbogbo wa ló kàn. Gbogbo wọn tó ṣe gbọ́ pé Oriyomi Hamzat, Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat, wọ́n pull out by everybody gbé kámẹ́rà ni. Gbogbo wa ló ń jáde. Sister Adunni, àwọn náà jáde. Aunty Adunni, wọ́n jáde, wọ́n wá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ pé kán jọ. Àwọn náà ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ ni o, wọ́n ń bẹ bàbá Oriyomi kí wọ́n jọ, kán fi èdè inú, kán má wo ti nǹkan táwọn èèyàn sọ left, right, center, back, kán jọ. Kan ṣèlérí wọn. Thanks for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye. Jẹ́ ká jọ enjoy wọn.
Àwọn tó ń forúkọ Muhbad pawó nìyẹn. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi ò ní jẹ́ kí n fẹ́ gbé orí ẹkú age mate ọmọ mi kí n fi sọ pé mo fẹ́ máa fi pawó. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan. Mi ò ní sí mi ní empathy nonsense kankan mọ́ nsìn. Don't bring begging on my page anymore, please. So, mo rí pé wọ́n sọ wípé kí lórúkọ man yẹn African TV wípé ó lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn kan ó ní bàbá Muhbad sign kankan pẹ̀lú òun. African TV man, I have one or two questions to ask you. Who goes to a vulnerable man to tell him to start signing the documents at his weakest time? African TV man, I don't want to call you names, but I think there is something not right about you. A blogger mentioned it. Wípé something is not right about African TV man, that he is not what he's calling himself. Mo refuse that he dá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn gbà tán sọ. Because èmi ò kí n fẹ́ sọ wọ́n ní, and I don't want to be enmeshed in controversies or kí n kàn máa pick lọ́dọ̀ blogger kí n máa nítorí blogger sọ̀rọ̀ kémi náà fi sọ̀rọ̀. Now, my question to African TV man, why is he coming out to tell us now wípé bàbá Muhbad wọ́n sign nǹkan kan pẹ̀lú òun? Kí ló dé tí ò sọ kí bàbá Muhbad tó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Oriyomi Hamzat? Ibi tí mo ti fẹ́ bẹ Oriyomi Hamzat lélẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ bẹ Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat pé dídúró tẹ dúró di bàbá Muhbad. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má fi man yẹn sílẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Mo yìí tẹnu wọn wípé nínú gbogbo àwọn tó ń surround Muhbad. Muhbad came from a dysfunctional home. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà ó wá láti ibi tó ti ní issues. So both of them wọ́n ní issues láti ibi tó ti ń bọ̀. Parenting ló kó bá àwọn méjèèjì. Ẹni tó pa ó hàn sọ́lọ́run. Tí kóòtù bá fẹ́ ṣe justice, they will do that justice. Tọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe, you know, I have given up on the justice for a long time, you know, but I keep saying there is a lot we need to learn and what is going on. Manu African TV yìí, ó bọ́ta, ó ní wípé ó bọ́ta lẹ́yìn tí bàbá Muhbad lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Oriyomi Hamzat, because ó mọ̀ pé Oriyomi Hamzat máa tú kúlẹ̀kúlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ó mọ̀ pé Oriyomi Hamzat máa ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà lórí kéèsì yẹn. Ó mọ̀ wípé tá a bá get full justice, a get some justice lórí ọ̀rọ̀ kéèsì yẹn. Ó mọ̀ páwọn àṣírí kan máa hàn. Ó wá fò bọ́ta, ó lọ ń bá wọn bloggers wípé òun sign bàbá Muhbad sign paper pẹ̀lú òun. My question is, why did you sign any document with a man that is mourning the loss of his son? In the court of law, if Baba Muhbad has a good justice, a good lawyer, you are going to jail. That African man, TV, will go to jail in a country where things are working right. You don't go to vulnerable people. Don't go to people at their weakest. You don't go to people when they don't know what they are doing. You don't go to people who are mourning to come and make a decision. It's very wrong. Ethically, it is wrong. Morally, it is wrong. Legally, it is wrong. So I don't know what paper you said the man should sign for you. That whatever comes for to him, is it the money they are expecting? Owó Muhbad tó máa jáde ní kíní streaming ẹ̀ ló ń retí ni. Àbí owó wo ló ń retí? So bóyá ṣé owó tó ń dá fún lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́? Because I don't know. You remember I keep saying on my page pé èmi ò tí ní bá wọn ṣe owó kankan. When people said ẹ jẹ́ ká dáwó fún bàbá Muhbad, mo ní no, I am not doing owó for now until this case tí case yẹn bá lójútùú, tí wọ́n bá mọ bí tọ́rọ̀ yìí ń lọ, kí wọ́n tó lè sọ wípé yes, a lè sọ pé a fẹ́ dáwó. Mo lè mi ò bẹ́ anybody dáwó. But my question is, why tí man yìí tó lọ bàbá Muhbad, bàbá yóò wà mentally okay for now? I am very sure tọ́n bá assess mentally kò lè wà okay. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa sọ ọmọ nù tó ń wà okay. Tọ́n bá assess for now, illiterate tún ni, is not that educated. Ó yẹ kó ní representative ni. So African Man TV, you are educated. The way you talk, you are learned. Why did you go to that man to sign any document with you? I keep saying, wípé àwọn alágbára wà behind the case yìí. Now you can see what is playing out. Why tó jẹ́ pé ìsín ni man yìí jáde láti sọ wípé ó sign paper? Kí ló dé tí ó sọ pé wọ́n sign paper lọ́jọ́ tí blogger kan kọ́kọ́ drag ẹ̀? Ẹ rántí pé blogger kan ti drag ẹ̀ wípé Nàìjíríà ló ń gbé. In actual fact, gbogbo wa rò pa abroad ló ń gbé. Ibi tèmi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fẹ́ question ẹnìyẹn, but mi ò ń fẹ́ dédé sọ̀rọ̀. Was ibi tí African TV man yìí tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun fẹ́ ṣe DNA, free DNA fáwọn èèyàn. Ó wá jáde later, ó wá ní free DNA yẹn tóun máa ṣe. Ó ní wọ́n máa register pẹ̀lú 20,000 each. Òun dẹ̀ fẹ́ máa ṣe 500 every year. Mo wá calculate 500 every year yẹn. That is 10 million naira. So my question nígbà yẹn, but mi ò sọ̀rọ̀. Kó má dà pé mo ń drag èèyàn. My question that time is, why tí olóòfẹ́ ṣe nǹkan free, but you are saying they will pay 20,000 naira. Then what is free about it? Because that is 10 million naira you are making. 10 million. Kiti kini yẹn ò wúwo. I know about cargo. Téèyàn bá cargo ọjà. Kiti DNA yẹn ó light gan, kò wúwo rárá. So tọ́n bá máa cargo ẹ̀, kò lè sanwó púpọ̀ fún cargo ẹ̀. So where is the free DNA coming from? There is nothing free about it. So that man needs to be investigated. There is a lot about that man that is shady. Nigerians ni gbogbo wa. There is something about him that is shady. It's all okay tó bá ní bàbá Muhbad sign document. I am just pleading fún Oriyomi Hazmat. Ọlọ́run ti pè yín lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Bàbá Muhbad tó wá bá yín, ẹni tó bá yẹ kẹ́ interview. Mo ti gbọ́ láàárọ̀ ìtẹ́sọ wípé màmá Muhbad náà lè wà. Of course, ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa settle bóyá kán fẹ́ra wọn àbí kán má fẹ́ra wọn padà. But kí ọmọ yìí kó lè get justice is all we are craving for, all we are clamoring for. Like somebody like me too, I am not in support. Pé bóyá mo support Lágbájá, mo support Tamebudu. I am only being logical by asking logical questions. And of course, people are taking it to be that I'm supporting a particular person. I am only being logical, asking necessary questions. Why some people are walking around freely in this case? Àwọn tó wà pẹ̀lú Muhbad nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan. Àwọn tó surround ẹ̀ nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan. Àwọn tó yẹ kán dìmú gangan nígbà tí ó yẹ kí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan. How come they are still walking around freely? And ẹni tí ò sí ńbẹ̀ 72 hours to that time náà wá mú. Yes, ẹ̀yàn kan sọ pé no, sis supported him. Yes, mo support Baba Muhbad on parental level. And I stand by that. I'm not going back. I supported him on parental level. wípé this man played his part in the life of the child. That boy told the story on his own. And he apologized to the father kó tó lọ. Only 10 years I no see mommy. 10 years I no see mama mi o. Only father shake, papa shake ni kan, make I go poly. I go poly, I no go class, daddy, I am sorry. Based on that, money, eye crucify be baba yi. Money, and for the fact wípé ọkọ̀kọ̀ parọ́ mọ́ bàbá yẹn wípé ó lòkú ọmọ ẹ̀ fún nǹkankan ni ó sáré sin òkú ọmọ ẹni ìgbà tí truth dẹ̀ hàn síta pé bàbá yẹn kọ́ ló sin òkú ọmọ wọ́n ní àbúrò bàbá ìyá Muhbad or whatever yẹn bọ̀bọ̀ dàrósà yẹn ló ṣe arrangement Ojúọlá pé you have a right to opinion and I don't care about whatever opinion anybody have about me. Hello, your opinion is not paying my bills, just like my opinion is not going to pay your bills. It is my opinion and I have every right to it. Nobody can twist my brain to put anything there. Hello? Nobody can twist my brain and put anything there. No matter the bullying, they bully me. Okay, Ojúọlá pé ẹ bá mi mú fídíò ibi tí mo ti accuse tó o bá lè ṣe máa fún ẹ ní èpè ní àárọ̀ yìí. Bá mi mú bí fídíò ibi tí mo ti accuse Wùnmí wípé òun ló pa Muhbad tó o bá lè mú wá máa fún ẹ ní èpè. Ibi tí mo sọ pé Wùnmí ló pa Muhbad, àwọn tó ń sọ gangan ẹ̀ lọ bá wọn. Mo tún sọ mo ní mi ò ní bá anybody sọ. Mo tún tẹnu mo lé mi ò ní bá anybody sọ wípé Muhbad Wùnmí ló pa èèyàn ló pa Muhbad. Mo ní because mi ò sí níbẹ̀. Mo ní mi ò ní bá wọn sọ. Mo ní but she was around. Mo ní tírú ẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìyàwó náà wọ́n máa invite ẹ̀. Wọ́n máa mú òun náà. Yes, I said it. Mo ní gbogbo àwọn tó surround ẹ̀ 24 hours, 48 hours tó. Mo ní gbogbo wọn no máa mú. I understand by that. Mi ò ṣòpònú. Èmi ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe women for women. I have told you countless times. I am women for truth because I am a mother. Mo dẹ̀ lọ́mọkùnrin, mo lọ́mọbìnrin. Mo sọ ní last time ní one of my videos, mo ní bàbá Muhbad. Nísìnyí tó ti mú wọn lọ bá Oriyomi Hamzat. He should stick with Oriyomi Hamzat alone. I am only asking questions on my own page. I have never alleged anyone. Ojúọlá pé please mo ti sọ wípé tó bá jẹ́ pé kẹ́ máa fún mi ní star lẹ máa fi pa mí lóhùn mọ́. Ẹ má fún mi ní star. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ máa pa mí lẹ́nu mọ́ lẹ fi máa fún mi ní star kí n lè lọ your own way. Ẹ má fún mi ní star. I keep saying it. Nobody can buy my conscience. Nobody can. I am not hungry. Mo ti máa ń tẹnu mọ́ fún yín. Àwọn tó fẹ́ fún mi lówó, tó send the account send the text sí mi, Aunty, give us your account number. We want to give you something for a job well done. Mi ò dá wọn lóhùn dì sí. Di bí ṣe ń sọ yìí, mi ò dá wọn lóhùn. Anybody má fún mi lówó, òun ni mo tún ń sọ yìí. Mi ò ní ìdówó. Ebi ò pa mí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, ẹ má provoke mi. Nǹkan tí mi ò bá sọ, ẹ má ní mo sọ. Kẹ́mi Olúlọ́yọ̀ ló wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn, ojoojúmọ́ ló ń tẹnu mọ́. A lot of other people, àwọn bloggers kékèké, everybody, wọ́n sọ straight. Lady kan wà, lady yẹn pupa báyìí, bóyá mi ìmọ̀rúkọ woman lady yẹn, mi ìmọ̀lú tó wà. Woman yẹn máa pariwo, Wùmí, kí lorúkọ ẹ̀gbọ́n Wùmọ́? Kàrímọ́, kíní kan. A máa lọ àwọn ló pa. Ẹ má fún mi ní star yín sẹ́. Tó bá jẹ́ pé star tẹ́ ń fún mi, kí má bá sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Mo fi Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín. Ẹ má fún mi star. Wọ́n ra conscience tèmi. I am not for sale. I am only asking necessary questions. Ọlọ́pàá jáde fún wa. Ọlọ́pàá ń sọ fún wa wípé Muhbad fọwọ́. Anything nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yóò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí any one of us. Tí wọ́n á dẹ̀ fọwọ́ agbára, wọ́n á fi bò mọ́lẹ̀. Kí ló dé tí ọlọ́pàá? I don't care how many years you have followed me. I don't care. I don't care how many years you have followed me. Òun lẹ tún gbọ́ yẹn. ọlọ́pàá ń sọ fún wa pé ọmọ fọwọ́ gbá ìgò ó fọwọ́ gbá glass àárí bruises ní gbogbo bí tí wọ́n bá fọwọ́ gbá glass there has to be bruises ní gbogbo bí ó ṣe jẹ́ somewhere here ló wà ní court wà ó ṣe jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. We are only asking questions. We know how it rolls in Nigeria. We are only asking logical questions. Ọwọ́ tọ́lọ́mọ fọwọ́ gbá ṣọwọ́ yẹn lórí lè pa. Why ìtọ́lọ́pàá bọ́ta tó ń sọ fún wa wípé ọwọ́ tó fi gbá gíláàsì ló pa. Why ìtọ́ mú Pride Boys mọ́lẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ yìí. Of course, let us look at it. Bóyá kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ ń sìn. Why ìtọ́ sọ fún apọ́wọ́ yẹn ọwọ́ yẹn ló fi gbá tá a dẹ̀ rí bruises lọ́wọ́ yẹn. Why ìtọ́ bọ́ta tán sọ fún wa láì ṣe wípé wọ́n wà sure. Wọ́n nísìn wọ́n sọ fún wa wípé toxicology ò tí ready. It's all okay. Ọ̀rọ̀ owó Muhbad tí gbogbo wọn ń sunkún sí tó ń jà sí Eric sọ̀rọ̀ mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ wọn pẹ̀ because èmi feel wípé tí lawyers àwọn méjèèjì àti lawyer Wunmi mo sọ mo ní àti lawyer Wunmi àti lawyer kí ló ń jẹ́ lawyer baba Muhbad mo ní àwọn méjèèjì by now ó yẹ kán ti dé court báǹkì kán ti lọ sí bank ó yẹ kí báǹkì ti lock account Muhbad àti Wunmi ni àti baba Muhbad ni mo ní kò sẹ́ni tó máa ní access sí account yẹn. If you have not been following my own updates, I don't do back-to-back updates on it. It's only when it's necessary I come out because mi ò ní ìdẹ̀ fowó. And luckily enough, is a time when my page has been demonetized. Apart from the start, wọ́n fi sílẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Àbẹ̀rí advert lórí ẹ̀, advert yẹn gangan lówó, lè ra advert lórí ẹ̀. Lọ́mọ́tì tó lọ yìí mi ò gba kọ́bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Facebook. So what are we saying? So àfi tó bá necessary, that is when I come out. Mo dẹ̀ ti ṣe àwọn other shows in between. Tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé mi ò dúró lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. But when there is necessary, I do updates. Mo gbé picture wípé parental, mo tẹnu mọ́ láti ilẹ̀, mo ní parental angle lèmi fi wò, parental failure lèmi fi wò. Mi ò accuse Wunmi. Bá dẹ̀ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, bẹ́ ṣe fẹ́ conclude nìyẹn. Ìtorí mi ò ti support Wunmi. Ẹ ti conclude pé mo sọ pé Wunmi ni. But ibi tí mo ti sọ clearly, ẹ bá mi gbé jáde. Ibi tí mo ti really sọ clearly pé Wunmi ló pa Muhbad, ẹ bá mi gbé jáde. Tí mo sọ in that statement. But mo tẹnu mọ́ tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ àti ìyàwó ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi rí ni. Mo ti ṣàlàyé ìgbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi. Mo ṣàlàyé ọlọ́pàá wá bá mi. Mo kọ statement ìgbà tó ṣe autopsy náà tó fi mí sílẹ̀. This is somebody tó kú naturally. Ó kú naturally. Wọ́n rí àwọn èèyàn rí Sunday, ọjọ́ Monday, ó ló fẹ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n rí ń fọ́ wọn ò lọ bí iṣẹ́, ó dẹ̀ sùn kò dẹ̀ jí mọ́. Ọlọ́pàá wá gbé, wọ́n wá bá mi níbi tí mo ti ń ṣọ̀fọ̀. Lẹ́yìn tán wá bá mi tí mo ṣàlàyé, mo kọ statement ẹ̀mẹ́ta, wọ́n ní kí n kọ statement to be sure kí statement mi má yàtọ̀. Kí ló dé táwọn èèyàn sọ wípé nǹkan ló pa ìyàwó ẹ̀, nǹkan ló pa òun kó ló pọkọ ẹ̀. Wọ́n jẹ́ kọ́ mo ṣe kọ́ ẹ̀yìn yẹn wọ́n lọ sí kí ló ń jẹ́? Wọ́n lọ autopsy kan tó wá rí nǹkan tó pa gangan. So ẹ blog mi dáadáa, ẹ bú mi dáadáa, but èmi ń tẹnu sọmbọn fún yín pé kò sí ẹni tó máa manipulate ọpọlọ tèmi. Why tó jẹ́ pé sìn kí ló dé tí màá yẹn ò jáde kó ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé òun bá bàbá Muhbad sign in part, he is supposed to be transparent. That guy is supposed to be transparent. Only for someone that it has happened to before I will expect some empathy. So by not saying pé Wunmi ló bá wọn pa, mi ò tí show empathy, right? What other empathy do you want me to show? What other empathy do you want me to show? Kí má béèrè questions. This is not about sentiment anymore. It's about logic. Ìgbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀, nobody was sentimental to me. Nobody said wípé mi àtọkọ mi 5 and 6 ni wá. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́, àwọn family, no gbọ́lọ́pàá wá. It's about logic. Wọ́n fẹ́ mọ kú tó pa ọmọ wọn. So kí ni mo sọ tó bad? Kí ni mo sọ tó bad? This time around, wọ́n a fẹ́ mọ kú tó pa Muhbad. A fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó pa là ń béèrè. It's not about logic. I mean, it's not about sentiment or empathy anymore. Kò sọ̀rọ̀ empathy nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí mọ́. Because ọmọ yẹn kú under controversial circumstances. Wọ́n dẹ̀ tún throw wrong narrative síta. Ibi tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn. Naira Marley, I came for Naira Marley lọ́jọ́ tó ọmọ yẹn kú. Kí lè tàn lè accuse ẹ̀? Nígbà tí bọ̀bọ́ kan, ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ sórí mò ń bọ̀ ẹ hold on fún mi ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ẹ hold on 1 minute. Mo fẹ́ gbé fídíò kan jáde kẹ́gbọ́. Kí lórúkọ ọmọ yìí again? True crime Daniel. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́gbọ́ fídíò kan sìn. Òfin ò ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Òfin ò kí ń ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ní ìlú tó bá jẹ́ òlú gidi, òfin ò ṣiṣẹ́ bí Nàìjíríà ṣe tó yẹn. Irú àwọn boys tán announce Muhbad is dead. Gbogbo àwọn tán wà nínú mọ́tò yẹn. Àtìmọ́lé ni gbogbo wọn máa wà tí dìsín. Àfi tán bá jẹ́wọ́. Gbogbo àwọn tán mọ bó ṣe ń bá mu Muhbad. Gbogbo Alhaji Oriyomi Hazmat ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí Nigerians can get to you. You are a leader. You are a freedom fighter. You are an activist. Activist ò kí ń ṣojo. Activist ò ń bẹ̀rù. Activist, you are a logical person. Ẹ ń ṣe sentimental person. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí sentiment Nigeria, ẹ má jẹ́ kí emotions àwọn Nigeria kó jẹ́ kọ́rọ̀ yìí sú yín. Ẹ̀yin lẹ lè ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ti fi ọwọ́ agbára sínú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ẹ̀yin lẹ lè ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Kì í ṣe bàbá Muhbad lẹ ràn lọ́wọ́ ń sìn. Muhbad ẹ fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ abiyamọ ni. Ẹ fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ òfin bó ṣe yẹ kó rí. Justice máa wá kò ní wá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo bí ta lè tí dé. Oriyomi Hazmat, mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ yín bàbá mi. Ẹ má ariwo ọjà lọ́rọ̀ social media o. Tẹ́ bá wo ariwo ọjà, kò sí bẹ́ ṣe dá sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n tó máa pàtẹ́wọ́ fún yín ní Nàìjíríà. Torí as long as tẹ́ bá ti lọ sí angle tán fẹ́, wọ́n á léyàn burúkú ni yín. Wọ́n lè lẹ ti gbowó gan, orúkọ oríṣiríṣi ni wọ́n máa fún yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kó sú yín, ẹ má jẹ́ kó rọ èyí rẹ̀yìn. Mo ń bọ̀, mo fẹ́ play video kan fún yín kẹ́ gbọ́. Okay. Ẹ máa bá mi gbọ́ story.
Only to be greeted by her dead body in her pool of blood with her head smashed and the little boy crying beside her. This story is very sad. 31-year-old Alhaja Ibrahim came back home from work one day on the 17th of October 2023 and found his wife Fatima laying in her pool of blood with her head smashed and their young toddler beside her. Fatima had been killed. Someone had murdered her in the most brutal way you could imagine. Luckily for them, the little boy was unhurt. However, he was left to witness the killer beat and strangle his mother. It's not clear if he cried throughout, because if he did, I would suspect neighbors could have heard him cry and maybe should have been discovered earlier. But it was not until Adamu came back from work, which by the way, he worked in a bank. He was a banker. And as you can imagine, the bank closed towards the end of the day. So it's easy to understand that he most likely came home very late. It's not clear when his wife was attacked, but it was not until he came back home that her body was discovered by him. Imagine coming back home from a long day of work, expecting a warm welcome from your wife and your little child, only to be greeted by her dead body in her pool of blood with her head smashed and the little boy crying beside her. Adamu did not know what to do. This is not something anyone prepares for. This is not something anyone imagined would ever happen to them. Of course, there was no time to absorb the whole situation. Now he would have to deal with what he had seen. And quickly, it was said he called his friend, a man named Wadia, who then suggested to him to take the corpse to the police station and explain to them, what he knew about the whole situation.
Ẹ jẹ́ máa bá mi show love. Wọ́n lè máa flag mi. Wọ́n flag page yẹn. Wọ́n flag ẹ bá mi show love ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ẹ máa bá mi love and like. Wọ́n flag ẹ.
To make matter worse for him, she was the daughter of a notable politician in Maiduguri, Borno State, where this incident took place. Fatima was the daughter of a member of the Borno State House of Assembly. So her father is pretty powerful. Her father is very influential. And when he heard the news of his daughter being killed in her home since she was a housewife in a very brutal manner, obviously, I don't know any man who would believe it. And I would understand her father not believing the husband that he did not know anything about it. And as usual, when one of a couple is said to have been killed or found dead, the surviving one should be the first suspect. When her death was publicized and it made the news, obviously everyone suspected the man. Honestly, I did too. But it's only natural. The government of Borno State ordered for an investigation to be carried out as well as an autopsy. And when the police took up the case, Adamu and his friend Wadia were arrested and kept in custody. You know, they were pretty much the first suspects. The one who went to get her body and took the body to the police station. It's not clear an autopsy was conducted, but Fatima's body was immediately handed to her family, who then took it for burial pretty much the next day, citing their Islamic religious background. Even her child was also taken by her parents, and obviously that is reasonable. That the man, Adamu, is the prime suspect. So
who is the prime suspect?
It's normal for her family to take her and the child and probably everything relating with her until he is proven not guilty. Big question is, did Adamu really kill his wife? If he did, why would he want to do so?
There are so many cases like that. The prime suspects, tọ́rọ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin ọkọ àti ìyàwó, anywhere in the world. Àfi tí ìyàwó àbọ̀kọ yóò bá sí ní tòsí, even tó bá sí ní tòsí gan, wọ́n á yìí tún fẹ́ investigate pé ṣé kìí ṣe pé ìjà wà láàrin wọn, because wọ́n máa ń rán ayakìlà síra wọn. Mo dẹ̀ tẹnu mọ́, mo ní èmi ò sọ pé Wùnmí. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń jọ ń sọ, mi ò bá wọn sọ. But mo ní wípé gbogbo àwọn tó ń bá surround ẹ̀, including ìyàwó, ní wọ́n máa kọ́kọ́ ń gbé. Ẹni yìí gan wọ́n tún gbé, fún rẹ̀ ló tún gbé òkú yẹn lọ sí police station o. Ṣé Wùnmí pé ọlọ́pàá ń gbà tọ́kọ ẹ̀ kú? Mo dẹ̀ tún sọ ǹgbà táwọn èèyàn kan béèrè question yẹn, mo ní Wùnmí ò lè pọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ń gbà yẹn because èmi feel wípé kò mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo ní òun náà máa wà confused. I made a lot of cases fún Wùnmí initially. Mo ní she will be confused, kò lè mọ ibi tó wà. The same way bàbá Muhbad náà. Alhaji Oriyomi Hazmat, ẹ̀yin ni mo wá bẹ̀. Mi ò àti get yín lórí fóònù máa ń le. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, iṣẹ́ abiyamọ lẹ fẹ́ ṣe. Iṣẹ́ àánú ni iṣẹ́ activist. Ìyẹn activist tó bá dúró lórí òótọ́. Ẹ dẹ̀ ń ṣojo ọmọ akínni yín. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán dẹ́rù bà yín. Ó yẹ kẹ́ ti by now ẹ mọ bí social media ṣe ń roll. Àwa tí àti strong tó yín gan. Wọ́n fi wá lákàlàkà. Wọ́n rí òótọ́ ńlẹ̀, nǹkan tí mi ò ṣe. Wọ́n láwọn ò ní gbà, àkàn drag mi ṣe bẹ́mi tí ń drag Wùnmí. Níbo mo ti drag Wùnmí? But ẹ bá ní mo drag ẹ̀ náà, mo gbà. Just because mi ò support ẹ̀, mo drag ẹ̀ nìyẹn. It's all okay. Because mo support bàbá on parental level, pé bàbá yìí tọ́jú ọmọ. Ó jìyà fọ́mọ ẹ̀. Short clip tí mo dẹ̀ cut out tó go viral yẹn ló ń dùn gbogbo yín. Tí mo ní bàbá Muhbad ò lè ríru Muhbad mọ́ láyé tó máa fi kú. Pé Wùnmí máa rí àìmọye Muhbad. Mo sọ, mo tún sọ. Ìrìn àjò tí mo ti rìn ni. Ṣé mi ò fọkọ mi ni? Ṣé tí Wùnmí bá jọmọ yín, ẹni kó má fọkọ mi? Mo ń béèrè ni o, ẹni torí Muhbad kú kò gbọdọ̀ fọkọ mi. Of course, ó di dandan ó gbọdọ̀ lọ́kọ mi. Ó di dandan ó gbọdọ̀ bímọ sí. Mo tún sọ, àìmọye Muhbad yìí máa gorí Wùnmí. Bàbá Muhbad ò lè ríru Muhbad mọ́ láyé tó máa fi kú. Tí ò bá mọ pains ẹ̀ ń sí á mọ pains ẹ̀ tó bá yá, tẹ́ bá ní kò mọ pains ẹ̀. Reality ẹ̀ máa dán, even ìyá tá rò pé kò kíá. Reality yẹn yìí máa dán lórí ìyá yẹn náà jọ́ kan. Ìyẹn tí ọ̀rọ̀ yóò bá yà yẹn gan wèrè níbi tọ́rọ̀ ń lọ yìí. níbi tí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ya ṣe yàmàyàmà dé yìí tó ti pín yẹlẹyẹlẹ. Èmi ò bá wọn pín fámìlì wọn yẹlẹyẹ kí n máa bọ́ta lẹ́ẹ̀mẹwàá. Ìyá Mohbad ṣe kinní kan, àbúrò Mohbad sọ kinní kan, ẹ̀gbọ́n Mohbad Dàróṣà ṣe kinní kan, ṣẹ́rí kí n ṣe irú ẹ̀. Tán bá lọ court máa jáde máa analyze ọ̀rọ̀ court. Tán bá tí n bá gbọ́ direct máa bọ́ta máa sọ. Èmi ò bá wọn pín yẹlẹyẹlẹ. Torí mi number 1 mi ò ráyè, number 2 kò make sense. Àwa kọ́ ni court tó máa decide the case. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ ni mo drag ẹ̀ nìyẹn because she's part of the prime suspects. Yes. Òun ni mo tún sọ lójú yín yẹn. She's part of the prime suspects. Nínú kéèsì yìí. Òun ni lẹ gbọ́ fídíò mi nsìn. Ta lẹ gbọ́ pọ́n sọ pọ́n mú. Wọ́n ní ọkọ làwọn family gbé. Kò sí nígbà tán pàyàwó ẹ̀. Òun lélẹ̀ ẹ̀ tún gbọ́.
And when he heard the news of his daughter being killed in her home since she was a housewife in a very brutal manner, obviously, I don't know any man who would believe it. And I would understand her father not believing the husband that he did
The father not believing the husband.
As usual, when one of the couple is said to have been killed or found dead, the surviving one should be the first suspect.
The surviving one is what?
And it made the news. Obviously, everyone suspected the man. Honestly, I did too, but it was only natural. The governor of Borno State ordered for an investigation to be carried out as well as
Nigerian sentiment, yo.
When the police took up the case, Adamu and his friend Badia were arrested and kept in custody. They were pretty much the first suspect, citing that they were the one who went to get her body and took the body to the police station. It's not clear if an autopsy was conducted, but Fatima's body was immediately handed to her family, who then took it for burial pretty much the next day, citing their Islamic religious background. Even her child was also taken by her parents, and obviously that is reasonable, saying the fact that the man, Adamu, is the prime suspect. So I would not be surprised, or it's normal for her family to take her and the child and probably everything relating with her until he is proven not guilty. But the big question is, did Adamu really kill his wife? And if
The first suspect is Oko Yawu, Abi Yawu Oko.
he did, why would he want to do so? All that was left now was the police to prove to us that he did it, as that is what the investigation was supposed to reveal. Now, it turned out that there were slight rumors or evidence that suggested Adamu had a motive to want to kill his wife. Fatima was a housewife and she was also a student. And if you look very well, you can tell that she's a very beautiful woman, a very young woman at that. There are even claims that she was an 18-year-old wife. Some sources say she's 20, other sources say she's 21. But one thing is clear, she's very young and very beautiful. But is that enough reason to want to kill your wife? No, it's really not. When the story blew up, a lot of people started pointing out that they had heard Adamu and his wife having series of arguments, and that at one point or at one point in time, Adamu had accused Fatima of cheating on him. He had pretty much accused her of infidelity. Because as a housewife, she's always at home, and whenever she's in school, she will most likely be met by a lot of guys who would have interest in her, given her beauty and her youthfulness. And that was how people started assuming or connecting the dots, saying that Adamu clearly had accused her of being unfaithful, and that was his motive to either kill her directly or send someone to do it. But that was one aspect. Don't also forget that Fatima's father is a politician, and that was when people flipped the story over.
Fatima's father is a politician.
That her father was
Mo sọ mo ní ká ní Mohbad jọmọ olówó ni. Gbogbo yìí táwa ń pariwo lórí social media yìí kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé ti gbọ́? The Fatima's father was a politician, so they did it the right way. Tán fi get ẹni tó pa. Kan tó wá find out wípé boyfriend tó ti fi sílẹ̀ rẹ̀ ló wá pamọ́ nínú ilé. Ta ló mọ̀ bóyá àwọn tán wà nínú ilé tán jọ wà nínú mọ́tò ọjọ́ yẹn pé ìkan nínú wọn tán surround Mohbad ní 48 hours show, especially 24 hours. Bololo. It's cool. You look good. Yeah. Jacket nǹkan ó wà ní mọ́tò. Okay. Bí pé 24 hours show nínú àwọn tán announce nínú mọ́tò ńjọ́ yẹn. Ṣebí Dàróṣà náà sọ pé ó sin Muhbad ṣe bóun ló gbé sínú pósí náà sọ pé ó gbé sínú pósí ṣe bẹ́ sọ pé ó kán ọrùn ẹ̀ kí ló tẹ̀ pariwo dàróṣà wípé kí ni ọmọ yẹn ṣe fún tó fi kán ọrùn ẹ̀. There are so many questions that calls for that needs answer lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Muhbad ní ojúkorojú àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké bọ́ta wọ́n ní wípé Muhbad is dead, Muhbad is dead. Wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé òkú sẹ́sẹ̀. Ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run bà mí. Tí bàbá Muhbad bá jó lówó, gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yóò lè kó tiẹ̀ má lówó púpọ̀, kó jẹ́ni tó kàwé dé stage kan tó ní connection. Gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wá. Wọ́n á ti yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ wọn dé stage kan. Wọ́n á ti yanjú ẹ̀ dé stage kan. Ṣèbí Dàróṣà náà sọ pé ó sin. Òun ló mú orí ẹ̀ ló kan. Ló mọ́rùn ẹ̀ náà sọ pé ó kan sínú kinní. Àbó òun kan náà sọ pé ó ṣe. Mi ò bá wọn sọ yẹn látọjọ́ yìí. Mò ń gbọ́ mo rí fídíò yẹn. Who is Dàróṣà to him? Kí ni kí lòun àti Dàróṣà jọ ṣe pọ̀? Kí ló pa wọ́n pọ̀? Báwo ni Dàróṣà ṣe jẹ́ sáwọn tó wà nínú ilé? Níbo ni Wùnmí wà nígbà tọ́rọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀? Those are the questions tọ́lọ́pàá máa béèrè. Tó bá jẹ́ bí tìlú tí ń ṣe nǹkan ni. But ọ̀rọ̀ Muhbad mo ti sọ tipẹ́tipẹ́ yìí tẹ́ bá ń wò mí. Mo ní ọ̀rọ̀ Muhbad àwọn alágbára wà involved. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn alágbára yẹn náà ń pe bàbá Muhbad náà fẹ́ pe Oriyomi Hamzat lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sí pé kó hands off lókùn. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn alágbára tó wà involved nínú kéèsì yìí wọ́n lọ bá Oriyomi Hamzat lókùn tó wá fẹ́ give up. Oriyomi Hamzat, you have stepped into this thing. Ọmọ akínní yín. Ẹ má wariwo ọjà social media. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán bully yín. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán silence yín lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ bá wọn dá sọ̀rọ̀ olówó dé justice lẹ ń béèrè. Mi ò dẹ̀ rò pé bad. Tẹ́ bá béèrè justice fún Muhbad. Ẹ̀mí ọmọ yẹn ò jẹ́ kí everybody sinmi. Ó ń sá kiri ni. Ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ gba justice for real for real. Ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ń sá kiri ni kò jẹ́ kí everybody sinmi. Tẹ́ bá lè ní sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Tọ́ bá ní mo máa jáde lé ní màá ní rọ pé mo máa ṣe show. Tẹ́ bá lè ní sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ there will be something tó máa tì yín bọ́ta ní ṣá. Èmi ò dẹ̀ bá wọn ṣe short clip kí máa gbé bọ́ta. Alhaji, I don't know if you will pick up because àti get yín máa ń le. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá wa dúró ti bàbá yìí. Èmi wá tún béèrè African TV man yẹn. Something is not right about that man. Something is not right about African TV man. Ọ̀rọ̀ pé kìíní kan pressure Wùmí Muhbad ń fún wọn pressure ó ń dàrin wọn rú kó dání